Good morning and a happy race day for the 74th running of the Sebring 12-hour. My name is Jamie Price. I'm a professional motorsport photographer, and this is one of my favorite races, favorite tracks, favorite events on the planet, and I've covered a lot of different races. Road trip. We have the first hints of light in the sky. It's just a little bit past 7 a.m. here, and I'm walking around the paddock getting some shots of my clients working on the cars, last-minute preparation for this iconic 12-hour race. This is an endurance event like no other. There's fans littered throughout this entire circuit. There's tens of thousands of people camping and watching from scaffolding towers. It's really, really cool. But right now we've got all the cars firing up, warming up. We're gonna go on our recon lap at about 8:30, so in a little over an hour, but they will start rolling down to the bottom of the grid. I'm out here right now getting shots of my clients preparing their cars, but also we're gonna get that iconic shot of the sun coming up through the Sebring paddock with the cars rolling down. It's a really, really cool shot that we do. Try and do it every year. You try and get a clean shot of your clients rolling down the paddock. It's nearly impossible to get it, but what are you gonna do? You try hard.
Me to go yell at the guy kneeling?
But this is a really, really fun race. The fan access is amazing. Anybody with any race ticket can come stand right where I am, talk to the drivers, talk to the mechanics, see the cars as they're rolling through the paddock. Get the same shots that I'm getting. You don't need a credential to be out here. You just need any ticket. And the fan access on the inside of the track where you're taking pictures of the cars running around during the race is some of the best photography for fans in the world. Gonna kind of try and figure out our plan. We've got Jacob and we've got Fred helping me out with all of my clients. I've got 7 cars that I'm covering in this race. We've got 2 cars running in the prototype GTP class. Then we have a bunch of GTD cars, 1 GTD Pro car. And then we've got drivers running around right now. I've got a few that I need to cover in the race. So it's gonna be a very, very busy day. But I'm very excited to be here. I love this event. I love this race. I love shooting at this track, generally speaking. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. Let's do it. Okay, everybody jump. As much as I can out of the sunrise paddock shot. I'm gonna head down to the pit lane and get drivers getting in cars. It's always nice in the morning. Buongiorno! And yeah, we'll just keep rolling on with our day here.
How are you, buddy?
How are you? Good luck today.
Thank you.
Give it up for Danny Formal, Trent Hinman, and Graham Doyle.
Where are they? All right, cars are on the grid. We've got all the fans out. It's so cool. The fan experience of these IMSA races cannot be beat. I know it's a broken record of me saying that in my videos, but if you've never been to an IMSA race, this is all free with any ticket, literally any ticket.
Oh, say, can you see?
We have qualified, we have gridded. It is time to go racing for 12 hours. I'm excited, this is gonna be a good one. The weather is perfect. It's nice and clear. Hopefully we'll get a banging sunset. 2 hours and a bit into the race, and yeah, basically I did my start shot from turn 1 tower, which is pretty average. I'm not a big fan of it. You kind of get like a boring shot, but Yeah, it's not my favorite start shot in the world. I might do down low next year, but the problem is when a day like this, you've got it just hot, you got a lot of heat haze, which is something we're dealing with just generally speaking out here. So did start shot, turn 1 tower, and then moved around to turn 2, 3 area. I'm now currently on pit lane. I'm probably going to be on pit lane for quite a while now because it's a little after 12:30, I think. Just got the number 40 car pit stop, which was currently leading the race when it came in for that pit stop, which is great. But obviously we're really, really early into this race. Just grabbed a little snack of M&Ms from the Wayne Taylor guys. We are getting ready to do a pit stop. Colton Herta is up in the perch, fully fire suited and helmeted and everything ready to go. So we're waiting for him to come down the stairs, and then they'll do a full service pit stop. Now when I say full service, that means tires, fuel, driver change. Full service is the holy grail of what you want to capture in a pit stop. There's lots of ways to make it look cool. Because I got a number 40 pit stop earlier, gonna wait for some pit stops, and then I'll head trackside to do some more fun pans through the fan areas and see what I can capture.
Over the past year, I've used these cheap but fun little NASCAR film cameras to document some of the races I've been to. Now I've turned those photos into a 256-page hardcover book. There are 2 versions to order. One is a regular ship-to-your-door version that will deliver anywhere in the world, or if you're in the United States, you can order the signed and numbered limited edition version of the book. It will make a great gift to yourself or your racing-addicted friends and family.
Hour 6 update. We are halfway through, literally as of pretty much this moment. Yeah, so the light is just starting to get a little bit better, not quite as overhead. So I'm going to start working my way around the track to different spots. All right, update time. We are under yellow flag. I'm not sure why. I'm not listening to Radio Le Mans this week because I don't have my FM radio. I opened up my bag this morning to grab it and turn it on, and it was broken. So I need to order a new FM radio. We haven't had too many of them today, to be honest, which has been kind of nice. And the ones that they have had have been genuine yellows. Like we had some enormous crashes. Unfortunately, one of them was the Dragon Speed, but it's now back out on track. I think just basically doing a testing session, essentially. But yeah, it's been going well. To be honest, the light's getting really, really nice. So you can see behind me, I've got turn 11 or 12. 11, I think. And the sun is like directly behind me. There's some flags in the background, which makes for a nice kind of like background scene, racing scene type setter, which is always good for clients. Clients love that stuff, and it's colorful. And I'm actually using a little plastic bag to hang over the front of my lens hood that kind of gives it a little bit of an atmosphere look to it. So just kind of enjoying myself out here. It definitely helps to kind of know what your game plan is. And my game plan is to end up over there, actually at the corner I'm looking at directly this way for sunset, where there's a big ball of fire dropping down in the sky. So hopefully we still have some clients left by then. I'm, again, not sure why we're yellow. Hopefully we haven't lost anybody. The Temerario is still going around. The Wayne Taylor Racing cars are still going around. We have lost the 45 Lamborghini Huracan Evo 2. Hopefully we'll be going green again soon and get some nice low light pictures, and then I'll get on my scooter and ride around to the other side of the track.
This video is brought to you by Paddock Focus Photography Workshops. Want to learn how to become a professional motorsport photographer or simply improve your racing images? Check out paddockfocus.teachable.com and use the code PFYouTube for 10% off.
As you can see, the light is getting really nice, so I'm gonna head outside the track to my final 2 sunset spots. And then, then it's blue hour, which is basically the time of day where the light is gone, but it's not quite dark. So you still have a little ambient light to play with. So it's probably the best time to do night stuff. It's that really dusky period right after sunset. And it's totally just, it's beautiful, beautiful light in the sky. You might get a couple clouds, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get any clouds tonight. Yeah, we're rolling. We've been green for a little bit here for about 45 minutes. Time for the hourly updates. It is a little past 8:30 p.m., so we've got about an hour and a half left of the race. And I'm out at turn 3 doing some pan shots against these cool neon palm trees on the other side of the track. And like an absolute amateur, I left my polarizer in the media center. And obviously there's no point in using a polarizer at night. So I pulled the circular polarizer drop-in out of my camera and I'm covering it with my hat because there's like a huge light leak if you don't, and also you don't want to get dust down there. So yeah, nice one, Jamie. Good job. But yeah, I'm gonna wander back around toward turn 7 here. We're under yellow flag. We're probably gonna go green again here shortly. Yeah, we've got just a little over an hour and a half, I guess. So should be a very interesting next hour and a half. The last bit of this race is always chaos, without fail. So we'll see what happens today.
Awesome job, drivers. Congratulations. We'll get a couple of pictures and we'll send you on your way.
And that is it from the 74th running and my 14th time covering the Sebring 12-hour. What a day. We had 2 clients on the podium. Both of them were P3, one in the GTP class, the other in the GTD class. So by the time we finished with all the podium procedures, it was basically like an hour after the race ended, and it is now 12:38 a.m. on Sunday morning because this is a Saturday race. It is Sunday morning and we are getting out of here. We're packing up, loading up in the truck, and we're gonna go get some pizza at the house because I'm starving. I basically only ate breakfast this morning and a small wrap for lunch, and that was it. And the M&Ms, of course. But yeah, big thank you to Jacob for all of his help, to my very good friend Fred for all of his help. Please go follow both of them on Instagram. They do an amazing job. But extra special thank yous to our incredible, amazing editor, James Leitz, who's been working remotely from home, dealing with all of our images over this past couple days. I honestly don't know how I ever did what I do without an editor, because it is so much work, and it helps me get pictures to my clients so much faster, and I can just not have to worry about sitting there and looking at the pictures and putting them in the right folders. I can trust that these guys are gonna do the right job. Last year I was using 2 different people, Carl and Nick, but I had the opportunity to hire my very good friend James to take over and do this, and yeah, just honestly can't thank you enough, buddy. But I'm exhausted, so we're gonna go smash a pizza and get to bed, and then get up early in the morning-ish and go home, because I'm gonna be home for a month essentially before we go to the Long Beach Grand Prix. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you again to Jacob and Fred and James for their help this week, to my amazing clients that keep the dream alive, my dream of being a motorsport photographer that I've had for many, many years. Thank you to all those clients that keep that dream alive, and I'll see you in Long Beach.